I'm Anahid of Anahid's Mediterranean Kitchen. I've been cooking since I was 9 years old, and I love to cook and I love to share. So here we are going to share a lot of these dishes, some of which are hundreds of years old, but all of them are delicious, nutritious, inexpensive, and easy to make. So please join me on this adventure. Thank you. Welcome to my Mediterranean kitchen. First, I wanted to show you the main ingredients of what we're going to make today, which is tabboule. Tabboule is the beloved salad of Lebanon. And I think most of you know of it, have tasted it, or if you haven't, this is a perfect time to get introduced to it. So there's a whole bunch of parsley, then there's tomato, then lemon, tomato paste, sumac, cucumber, green onions, and I don't have mint here, so mint should be there. So now we're going to put this away and then start the main food. There we are. So first, what we have to do is I have all the chopped things here. I don't want to waste anybody's time. So we'll have this and all the other ingredients that we're going to put in there at the beginning. And we have them here. There we are. So I put cucumbers in there. Everything is chopped fine. Cucumbers, I decided to throw in yellow peppers. You can also put green peppers, red peppers, but because we have all these chopped tomatoes, I don't put the red peppers, but if you want to, you can. And this is chopped parsley, one bunch, and it's Italian flat leaf parsley. And spring onions, I put 3 in there. And the main ingredient here is boulghur. Boulghur is cracked wheat, and you have different sizes, and you need to get the finest size, and you can get them from delis, or you can get them online. You can order them online. The trick on this one, you know how each dish has kind of a trick, or I've found through time, and this is a new one. What I do, because the boulghur is dry, we have to wet it and soak it in something so it will soften up. Because if you don't, then it's crunchy. So what I found is that when I instead of putting water, which a lot of people put water in there to soak, I put lemon juice. And what the lemon juice does is soak it so the boulghur absorbs the lemon taste rather than just water, which is bland. So let's put this. This is about half a cup of, or half a juice of a half a lemon, large lemon. So let's mix it a little bit. As you can see, I don't put water in there. So let's mix that. So until everything is mixed with the lemon juice, and please use fresh lemon juice. Okay, we've done that. And what happens while this is soaking, now we don't have the time, while this is soaking, then you chop everything else and get it ready. And by the time everything else is ready, the boulghur should be softened. So what I do next, the next thing I chop is the tomatoes, because they're juicy and the juice is going to help. So this is about 2 medium-sized chopped tomatoes. So when you put them, you can put as little or as much as you'd like. So this is what it looks like. And then when it soaks in there, it's all natural juices and no water is involved. Some people, like in Lebanon, Palestine, Syria, Israel, we use a lot of chopped parsley, almost equal to or maybe more than the boulghur itself. And in some other countries, mostly European and American, they use very little parsley and a lot more boulghur, which is a lot easier on them because they don't have to do all this chopping. And one time I made this for a friend whose friend was visiting him from Holland and who was a cook, and he was so shocked at the way I did boulghur because of all the tabboule, because he said they have the boulghur soaking, then they have just a little bit of parsley, just to show some color, and just a little bit of tomato. So that's not how we make it. So this is the authentic version. And this is my version. And then everybody has theirs own, as we all know, as cooks, everybody makes it differently. So now that we have that, next I chop the cucumber because that's juicy as well. Then I add the yellow peppers because they give it like a crunchy feel. Then I will add the chopped green onions. Usually they put regular onions, but regular onions don't suit me very well. So I just like go with the green ones, so to give it that taste. And next, what we do, we put a little bit of mint. This mint was about 2 tablespoons, full tablespoons. We put that in there. Then we put the parsley, a whole bunch. And now you have it, the unmixed version. So let's mix it and see what happens. And meanwhile, I'm doing this quickly because this will take about another half hour and the boulghur will soak very well. Now it's not going to be soaked very well, but it's okay. Within half an hour, it will be soaked. But as I said, if you soak the boulghur first, then do the tomatoes, put them in, which will soak it further. Then by the time you chop everything and mix everything, the boulghur will be soft. So let's see what this looks like. As we say, first we eat with the eyes. Here, let me bring this closer. Then I add, as you can see, this is what it looks like here. Then we're going to add 1 tablespoon of pureed tomatoes. Some people don't do this, which is fine. And as we all know, all of us have different tastes. And even if it's the same thing, we taste it differently, which is interesting, isn't it? So I will mix that in here as well, just to give it a little bit of oomph. I think this is good enough. Then, I forgot the salt. I'll add it later on. As I said, not too much of the salt because we can always add more. Meanwhile, I'm going to put black pepper, maybe half a teaspoon of that. Then I will add cumin. As you will see, I will add a lot of cumin. I use a lot of cumin for my food because that's what we use in the Middle East. Okay, that's another half. We'll taste it and we'll see if we need more. And then we're going to add sumac. What is sumac? Sumac is used a lot in Lebanon, Syria, Israel, Palestine, and it's ground sumac, little fruits that you have, and it has a tangy taste. When I want a little bit more than lemon, but not too lemony, then you can put this one. So I'm going to add 1 full teaspoon of this one. And again, this can be found, you can buy it in Middle Eastern stores, delis, online. So let's add everything, all the spices. And then we'll see if it needs more lemon, more spices. I know that we need salt, so I'll put that one later on. I forgot the salt. So it's all mixed. The last thing we do is add olive oil. And as you know, my olive oil is not only first pressed virgin olive oil. It's also organic. A friend of mine gave me a 5-liter huge can, which I've been using a lot. And I have to thank her for this. Right, so now I put enough olive oil. I don't measure the olive oil, you just put it as much as you'd like, but not too much that it will take over and it will, when it's soaking. Okay, now it's time for the test, the taste test. It does need the rest of the lemon juice. Let's taste. Delicious. Except the boulghur is crunchy because it hasn't been soaked enough, but that's not a problem. Now we're going to do the presentation, which is as important as the taste. Here I've already prepared this little plate with baby lettuces. This is the time, I guess, to crack jokes and things, but right now I don't have any jokes. So maybe I will think of one as I'm mixing this. Well, tabboule is an incredible summer dish. I think I can truly call it the queen of salads. And voila! Here is an amazingly, beautifully presented, delicious tabboule.